Let's say we wanted our game to be a mouse-based game, or at least to put the mouse to use. So let's, instead of let's just do this. We're going to have them all be clickable also. Um, so we need to do a similar thing. We're going to do it as an anonymous class. It's a different kind of listener. So instead of a key listener interface object, this is going to be a mouse listener. So we're going to make ourselves some space here in the constructor method, and I'm going to say this.add mouse listener, and we're going to say new mouse listener, just like we did with the other one. And this we need to import from Java auth, which I'm not sure what that stands for, and then we will need to import it, thank you, and add the unimplemented methods. So a mouse listener, this is one kind of a mouse listener. Let's also add, so this takes care of a mouse being clicked, pressed, released, the mouse entering the border of the window or exiting the border of the window. There's also another one that you can add called a mouse motion listener that lets you do things based on the mouse's motion, and maybe we should do that actually. So this.add mouse motion. Oh, I'm doing it inside the anonymous class. That's why it wasn't happy with me. So let me just delete this and come down here. This.add mouse motion listener, and we're going to add a new mouse motion listener. And now we need to import this, and this takes care of different things. This takes care of just the mouse moving around the screen inside the window. Add unimplemented methods. So this is mouse drag, like if the button is depressed and it's being dragged around the window, or if it's just being moved around the window, we can do different things. If we wanted to accept input from these things, they send us, this provides us with a mouse event object that knows the mouse's position in the screen and other things. But if we want the ball to respond to mouse movements, let's just have it respond to the mouse being pressed. And I'm going to have it just change position based on the mouse being pressed. So we're going to create another method in the ball class called public void, because it doesn't need to return anything, mouse pressed. And for the sake of organizational clarity, you want these things to be named in parallel with their intended sort of use in a different class. If there is a clear purpose and like a clear hierarchy that through which you want to pass information, you should name those things in common so that you can pass those pieces of information along and other people can understand your code and you can remember what your code is doing. So mouse pressed, we need to know two things about this one. Up here we just need to know the key information, like what key was hit. But here we need to know the position of the mouse. So we need to accept two different variables, int x and an int y. And all we're going to do is say this object, the ball's x equals x, and the ball.y, this.y equals y. So if this looks funny to you, this is the equivalent thing as renaming these variables mouse x and mouse y, and saying our field x equals mouse x, and our field y equals mouse y. So if you don't like the this keyword, you can always rename variables to clarify further. So, and now in the game panel class, under the mouse pressed here, we're going to say, we're going to do two things. Int mouse x equals e.getX, and int mouse y equals e.getY. And then we're going to say the ball dot mouse pressed, and we're going to send it mouse x and mouse y. And there you go. So now if I run our program and if I click down on a button on the mouse, the ball should move to approximately that position, although the mouse is going to be in the upper left hand corner of the ball. So if it runs, it's just compiling. All right, now I'm going to use the keys to show you that that still works. And also, If I click, 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 it works. Beautiful. So you can use any of these methods inside the listeners to perform whatever behaviors are appropriate to your game.